is basically on the HPE product portfolios and updates. What are like goals of HPE and how they're gonna come forward, and what are their plans for the next 5 years or 10 years coming up ahead. So, as per the Antonio, the CEO of HPE says that they are going to move on a platform which is called everything as a service. That means that every portfolio which is available in HPE can be sold as a service, or as a service offerings for all of the customers. So this is what we're going to focus today, that how HPE is going to move towards all of its portfolio as a service, and how as a salesperson, as a sales consultant, as a value sales we have in it, and what value which we can extract from this particular offering which HP has it for their customers. So my name is Noman Alauddin. Actually, I am a pre-sales consultant from the HP hybrid IT team of Redington Gulf UAE distributor. I'll carry forward this presentation and try to keep it as precise and easy to understand for all of those my friends, my partners who are listening to me for the first time. Moving forward, why we need this particular offering from HP, and why it's so that HP has decided to move all its offering as a service. Whenever we see IT is the heart of every business. Why is it said so that in every business, if you see, the IT plays a fundamental role? And if we talk about medical industry, which is going hot nowadays, if we talk about the education sector, if we talk about the business economics, so every business wants to have the competitive advantage in order to have more business, market share, profit, and stability and sustainability in the upcoming challenges. Providing the right technology to accelerate and innovate is the goal for every business. Helping people to their best work at deliver and deliver great business value, delivering better economics of a competitive advantage. These are some of the examples where the business wants to thrive, and where the business visions comes into the picture. Now, how HP is gonna help this entirely changing business economy? In the digital economy, businesses are making new demands of IT. Means that, for example, if we talk about the medical industry, because it's more relating example for now as compared to the situations. If we take an example of a medical industry, we must be noticing that we can now see a spike in the medical field right now. So what challenges do IT people would be facing over there? Maybe like the medical hospitals are making some sort of applications to in order to communicate to the customers, in order to communicate to the patients. So if they are building some sort of applications, if they are building some sort of growth in their own environment, so what challenges as the IT admin, or the IT team or the IT manager might be facing up? They might coming up with some new technologies, faster delivery, customer experiences, or the IT manager might be thinking, or IT director might be thinking of some cloud migration, that I might migrate towards cloud to some of my applications, so that my local storage would have some of the capacity to accommodate some new applications, or I might get some agility out of the cloud. I need some accelerated application development. What about the new threats which are attacking to my network? New sources of data, Internet of Things, like for example, like IP cameras, or for example, like many of the biomedical devices who needs who is connected from the IP and generating data day in and day out, and how can I manage that data? How can I improve the uptime and the performance? All those questions are going up into the mind of an IT team of a medical industry, and not even only the medical industry, but in every other industry. So this is called a digital economy of businesses making new demands of the IT. Means that every business wants to have those challenges to be attained, those challenges to be addressed. And for to address all those challenges, what is the role of IT, and how the IT is been exponentially growing and demanding new set of equipments, set of tools, set of resources to address new challenges. Then what we hear from the customer, what customer actually want. Now this is from the HP's perspective, or any other IT industry's perspective. And customer is maybe a medical industry, maybe the education sector, maybe the healthcare, maybe or any other any other sector. What actually customer wants? Customer wants business agility. Business agility means that I need to move faster, lot faster of the IT, and could be ahead of the business initiatives for once. Simpler IT. I want lower IT cost. I want proper control. Let's keep ourselves in the foot of the IT manager or the IT director or the IT staff of the end customers. Even though if we talk about any industry right now, as we were taking the example of a medical industry, let's take the medical industry example once more. And for example, if one of us may be the IT manager of a medical industry, so what I want is, being an IT manager, I want business agility. I want faster availability of my apps, and I want to pay only such sort of amount or such sort of cost that is for that which I am using right now. I want simpler IT. I don't want to be into those complexities, and spend most of my time in getting the troubleshooting done and getting the apps running all the time. In order to do so, I want to lower my IT cost as well, because IT has its own cost center. And I don't want to go and say that I need these much of equipment, and these much of equipment are costing too much high for my company. So I want to lower the IT cost. So what I do to lower my IT cost, and plus all of the sudden I want the proper control as well. Whatever infrastructure which I am running, I want a proper control of all the infrastructure. I need to know what virtual machines I am running. I need to know what physical application, what bare metal servers I am running. And I want a proper control means that I want a complete manageability as well. Plus I want security, plus I want compliance on my data. So how HP would address all these challenges, like business agility, simpler IT, lower the IT cost, and total proper control. We'll see in a later slide. Now, to meet these needs, get everything as a service means that if we go to the previous slide, we can see the agility is there, the simpler IT is there, how I can lower the cost, how I can have a proper control. The answer is to get the IT as a service. Now the IT industry is going towards as a consumption, or to IT is more towards consuming. Means that I want to use a certain equipment or certain application or certain workloads when I want to use it. That means that, for example, like today I want to use certain workload. Tomorrow I might not need a specific workload. So I don't want the IT equipment sitting on my data center doing nothing. I want whatever workload which I am using right now, I have to pay for only that particular workload. So this is the first point is, pay only what you use. Means that we can offer as an HPE, we can offer everything as a service that can be only paid whenever you want to use that particular thing, or you want to use that particular resources. Secondly, we can offer scale as we needed. That means that we have some sort of buffer on the on premises data center, that is like that would give you a picture of scalability. That means that not only you are paying only whatever you are using, but also you are you are having an opportunity to scale that particular resources, that particular infrastructure. This might increase your business agility. That means that agility means that whenever I want the resources, I'll get it, and whenever I don't want the resources, I'll put it back. Okay, so this flexibility or agility you are getting in your business. Then you're also getting the choice of the flexibility. That means that what infrastructure, unlike the cloud, what infrastructure I want to put into my data center, I would be putting only that particular choice of infrastructure in my data center. This is the choice of flexibility which you are getting. Plus you are also getting simplified operations. You don't need to worry about the day-to-day operation task. You don't need to worry about the firmware upgrades. You don't need to worry about some sort of yearly contract, some sort of yearly AMCs. All everything would be taken care by the partners and taken care by the HPE itself. Now you have the speed time to market. That means that the time which you are spending on the troubleshooting or on the managing the infrastructure, now that time can be used as an IT to have some business goals, to have some time to market, and to do something else, rather than you're only wasting the time in getting the troubleshooting done, getting the hardware managed, getting the firmware upgrades and stuff like that. So this is the summary of getting everything as a service. This is the reason why HP wants to focus all of us to move from the traditional sellouts to going towards everything as a service. Now I'll go to much more deeper how it works. But before going to that, we have a survey from Deloitte saying that 61% of the companies are accelerating the innovation of everything as a service. That means that already 61% of the companies have the idea, have the vision, or have the goals to achieve this particular platform and go as everything as a service. How are we going to do this? I'll explain you in a later slide in a while. Now, moving forward, after getting the high level idea what everything as a service is in a package, now let's have some deep dive into that. Consumption based IT offers a better approach. Approach of what? Approach of having faster value, fuel innovation, cloud economics, and proper control. How it is? Faster value. Faster value, we can use whatever application which we are running. For example, if we have taken the example of a medical industry right now, so let's continue with that example. For example, like ABC medical hospital wants to launch some applications, and for that applications they want some resources, some hardware resources. That application would be communicating with the normal people out there in the UAE. Okay, and run those applications, they might need servers, they might need storage, they might need some virtual machines. Okay, so faster value means to accelerate those applications and service deployment. Fuel innovation means free up our people to do the best work. Cloud economics means the no upfront capital, no over provisioning, variable cost. Proper control means manage performance, latency, risk, and cost. Now, the example which I have given for that application that may be launched by some ABC Medical Institute. Okay, for so that how everything as a service work into that particular picture. If they would be going as everything as a service model, so that ABC Medical Institute would have the faster value to accelerate those apps. How? They would be having the only applications, whatever resources they want to use for that particular applications to run, they can have it, and they have to pay only for those resources which have been used. They must be having fuel innovation means that they can free up the people who are managing those applications, who are managing those servers, who are managing those storages, and they can free up those people to do some other best work which they want to have resources, man resources to do the other jobs like marketing, like training the people and all to use those applications. Cloud economics. Cloud economics brings us the feature of no upfront capital, no over provisioning, variable cost. Similarly, we have the model of everything as a service that would make sure that to run those applications you are not involving any upfront capital, plus you are not involving anything like over provisioning. For example, like to run those applications, I might need 20 TB of storage in the next 5 years, but I know that I would be reaching those that particular 20 TB in next 5 years. I might need 5 TB for now. Okay, so HP says that you have to buy only 5 TB for now, because you know that you might be using 5 TB now. Okay, and gradually you might be reaching towards 20 TB. So this is what, instead of buying 20 TB and doing some over provisioning, we are buying 5 TB now because we are using 5 TB now. This is why we are 100% working as a right workload rather than over provisioning and buying 20 TB. This is called cloud economics. And proper control means, we whenever we are selling this everything as a service, we make sure that we have a proper control of whatever applications that are running, and what is the consumption, or what are the resources used, what are the consumption patterns are being used. There are a lot of reports we can extract from, or to that particular application running on the left hand side. You can use in high level some graphs. You can see some of the graphs. These are the consumption patterns that you might be having an idea that, see, these applications are having these peak times and these cuff times, so we can have resources planned accordingly to the usage of that application. So these are the benefits which everything as a service model is bringing up. Modernized existing value to fund innovation. Extract value from the existing legacy systems to help to fund the investment, accelerate transaction with the support and the production from the data security and environmental regularity risk. These things which we have already discussed in the previous slides, that means that what value we can extract from everything as a service model, from the existing legacy system that funds the new investment, plus to accelerate the transaction with the support production from the data security and environment regulatory risk. That means that all of those sort of features in which the protection is involved, in which the regulatory authorities are being involved, and environmental risk has been involved, we can have the model which can support these sort of parameters. Moving forward, everything as a service is being is the name of the solution is HPE GreenLake. HPE GreenLake is the model of a new era, is the model of the future, which leads up to the parameter which is known as everything as service. What actually it is made of? It is made of like three basic fundamentals, or the basics. One of it is the self service. Second one is the pay what you use, and third one is the thing which is managed by you. That means that GreenLake would be, unlike to any of the public cloud, GreenLake would give you the options to select your own infrastructure. Okay, manage your own infrastructure, and pay only what infrastructure which you are using. For example, like I have like two servers available in my data center, which I bought as a GreenLake everything as a service offerings. So if I'm using only like I have installed like 500 GB of RAM in each server, and if I'm utilizing only 200 GB of RAM for now for from XYZ application, so I might be only paying for that particular 200 GB of RAM instead of 500 GB. This is what the true consumption based model is all about. Your applications, your cloud, your way. So this is the package of a complete GreenLake infrastructure. Now, this is the picture from the workloads perspective. For example, like if we talk about different sort of workloads which are like commonly used in our data centers, we might be using some storage in terms of capacity in GBs or in TBs. We might be using a compute uh, in terms of processors and RAMs. We might be using workloads of virtualization, how many VMs which we want to use, and we are using. We can also have our private cloud. Private cloud may be comprising of many things, like if we want to establish our own data center, if we are using some sort of private cloud in terms of Microsoft Azure on premises, or if we are using, or any sort of other private cloud applications, and we have our own data center. This is the example of a private cloud. Either workloads can be used as a backup means that we have a primary storage already on our data center, and we want to back up all the data towards either towards the co-located area, like some sort of DR, some sort of remote area, or some or we want to back up only on, like, on premises, or on a secondary storage. So we can have the workload termed as a backup workload for only that. Always have the capacity ahead of demand. This particular model would be giving you an eligibility to have your demand, your capacity on demand ahead. Means that your you have your local capacity available on demand, and it is ready to use, rather than waiting for more 3 to 4 weeks to have your other applications to be there. Hello, is there any question? If you have any questions, so you are free feel to unmute yourself, and you can you can ask me then and there. It's not a problem. If not, then I'll continue. Okay, I'll better continue now. So what happens if your forecasted capacity is decreased? For example, like, we have forecasted 5 TB, okay, and we have used out of 5 TB we have used only 4 TB. So, okay, so you can see the arrow downwards, okay, which says the decreased capacity. Whatever capacity which has been unused would be added in the local buffer. Hello.
There may be some restrictions might be eased.
हाँ मतलब पर इस टाइम पे का लॉकडाउन नहीं रहेगा धीरे धीरे ईज होते
Sorry, the voice is not clear. Can I continue? Okay, I think I might continue. So I was just saying that if the capacity is being decreased from the forecasted capacity, so it goes into the local buffer, and you don't need to pay for the local buffer. You have to pay only which you are consuming.
Norman,
Okay,
we cannot see your screen.
really? Okay.
I'm not sure about the others. Partners, can you confirm if you can see Norman's screen? Norman, they cannot see your screen.
Yeah, we
Wait,
cannot
wait,
see the screen. Even they are saying they're not able to see.
wait,
Are
wait.
you able to share?
Let me just check it out. Entire screen, share. Okay, now I think you'll be able to see me. Is it okay? Can anybody
Yeah,
confirm?
Yes, it's better.
yes, we can.
We can see the screen
Okay,
now.
great. Okay, great. So at the last slide, we were discussing on how the local buffer is helping us to have the capacity increase and decreased on premises without any wait or any sort of delay of the lead time. You would be having the local capacity available on your premises, on your data center, readily available to use, and you have to pay only for the capacity, only for the resources which you are using right now. Moving forward, this is the idea of getting right sized pay per use solution. So we have two type of solutions available, which is one which is purpose built workloads, that the workloads which we have discussed in the previous slides, that was comprising of many of the industry leading workloads like SAP HANA, storages and servers and compute and virtualization and all. So virtualization as a service, database as a service, compute as a service, and private cloud and so on and so forth. We also have some co-location for quick access and for capacity. That means that we have some global data centers operated by Equinix and Cypress One that would give you like some sort of agility in terms of DR hosting, or in terms of some of the areas where you want to co-locate your workload. Mainly people are co-locating if they are creating some remote sites or some DR sites in order to meet the compliance, that if the primary data center can be shut down for a while, so they still have some co-located areas where they want to they can use the resources from, and business continuity would not be hampered. So we have solutions like co-location, and we also have solutions for built-in workloads. So how GreenLake can help the customers? We have discussed the initial challenges which was floating around: business agility, simplified IT, lowering the IT cost, greater control. Now in this slide we would be discussing that we are how GreenLake, or how everything as a service model is addressing all those challenges. First of all, we were discussing on the challenge of business agility. Agility means that we want some flexibility, and we want like a virtual machine which is on whenever we want it, and it should be off, and we don't want to pay for it whenever I am not using that. So this was the eye catching feature of the public cloud. The same features of the public cloud we can offer in everything as a service model as well. In business agility, we can have capacity ahead of demand. How we have seen in the previous slides that we keep some on-site buffer to have the capacity ahead of the demand. And in the next slide, I'll show you from the graphical picture as well how we're going to do that. Active capacity metering and management. That means that we can provide them a cloud like experience, and we can install some metering applications. The metering application or the analysis would give them a picture that see, this is the application which is the peak time of the resources which has been used, and what is the cruft time of the resources which is used at the least. So we can have the metering system, and metering system would be so much transparent that it would give you a very granular access to whatever resources which you have used up till now, and the invoice has been generated based on those resources which are actually used only. Quick upgrades and add-ons, simple order process means that if you want to increase the capacity or decrease the capacity, it's a very simple change order process where you want to act it, and very easily change order can be processed. For example, like you have bought a storage of Nimble for now, and you want to add some servers into it, so which was not of the part of the contract initially. So anytime you can raise a change order and add the servers as well into the GreenLake platform, into the GreenLake umbrella. So this is the business agility which we are providing. Simplifying IT, how we are simplifying IT. We are offloading heavy lifting. We are removing the TCO, the total cost of ownership, from the organizations. That means that we are managing your data. We are managing your infrastructure on your behalf. It's not like a managed service environment. It is something which is like uh, they they uh, they want to offload the normal IT task, normal IT routine, and free up the staff from doing the normal day to day troubleshooting, or doing normal day to day management. This can also be taken care by the partner. This can also be taken care by the HPE, so that freeing up the staff, so your IT staff, or the end customer's IT staff can focus on more important business goals, rather than managing the infrastructure. Then we emphasize on lowering the IT cost. We reduce the over provisioning. How become We have taken an example of that ABC medical industry, or the medical institute, which wants to launch applications, and wanted 20 TB of storage in 5 years. Okay, so HP said that don't buy 20 TB, buy 5 TB for now. On top of that, we would be adding a 10% buffer as well. Okay, so we reduces the over provisioning cost. Instead of buying 20 TB, you have bought 5 TB, and you know that I have sufficient buffer itself, that uh, in the time span of 5 years, I can gradually reach to that 20 TB mark, and I have to pay only for the resources which I am using. I'm not over provisioning that 20 TB of the data which has been sitting in my data center for 3 years, and not been used. So this is how we are lowering the cost. How we are going to have a great control over here. Whatever technology, for example, unlike the public cloud, because in public cloud we don't know our applications on what hardware it is been hosted, on what storage it has been hosted, and how I'm gonna get this performance. And I have some unpredictable cost if I demand some sort of certain IOPS on top of that. So in this model, we are in greater control, means that you know the hardware which is already present in your data center, and it is giving you a cloud like agility. And you know what hardware infrastructure is installed in my data center, and on what server my xyz application is running on. So this is the greater control which we can provide you. So you can easily control your risk, your security parameters, your governance, and your compliance issues and all. And these sort of issues can be easily addressed by having a greater control. So these are the maximum basic features which GreenLake offering or everything as a service model provides to the customer. Okay, this is the graph which we gonna see graphically, that how we gonna have this thing which we have discussed on the previous slides. Okay, see, this is the normal consumption pattern of any of the organization. On it is like divided into dollars and time. You can see on my screen right now. So it says that gradually at a period of some sort of some specific timeline, we have some resources to be purchased. We have started from least from my left hand side and growed towards my right hand side, and we have seen that this company, whatever company it is, this company has experienced a proper growth on some sort of timeline, on some sort of years. Now this is the traditional buying pattern. For example, if we consider the same example of that ABC Medical Institute. Okay, so they know that for those new applications running up, for the resources, I need some sort of storage. So what they did is that they traditionally, if they're gonna buy it, so they have bought 20 TB of storage at the first year only, to accommodate that particular demand. And then they know that over that 5 year span, they're gonna need this 20 TB of storage. Now this is the example where 59% of the enterprises wait for 3 months or longer for the new capacity. Why? Because we have in many of the government industries, or in many of the hospitality or medical industries, we have something called a procurement cycle, in which we know that we have to follow the process of tender, we have to follow the process of procurement, the ordering cost and everything. And to accommodate all this, IT manager have to plan for 3 years or for 5 years ahead. And whenever they are buying an infrastructure, they keep in mind that they are buying that infrastructure for a specific period of time. For example, like at least like 3 years or 5 years, this infrastructure would last long. So okay, so they plan the capacity like that. So this is why we are ending up in having some sort of over provisioning. Then see, this is the blue line shows that this is the consumption pattern what everything as a service would be offering, rather than purple line, which is the traditional one. We add a buffer on top of the requirement. We say that don't buy that 20 TB storage for now, just buy 5 TB for now, and we must be having the additional buffer in order to have some additional, if some additional requirement comes up, so we have the local buffer available on site to help you out. So what we do is that in this blue line, we have given some additional buffer parallel to the actual usage rather than having some over provisioning done at the start, like a purple line. So this results in some sort of saving. Why? Because we have saved some sort of over provisioning, because the loss which was costing due to over provisioning, we have saved that money, because we have said the customer that don't go over 20 dB for now, because you might need 20 dB in the time span of 5 years. So go for 5 TB for now, and instead of 5 TB we would be giving you 8 TB with 10% buffer. So this is why customer is paying only for 8 TB and saving for more than like somewhere around like 15 TB or 12 TB space. The money, the per GB capacity, they are saving that particular money. Plus, we are also providing capacity ahead of demand. See, the purple line is lower than actually the traditional buyouts, but the blue line is ahead of the demand. That means that we already have the resources available in your data center available, and it would minimize your procurement cycle. So this is the benefit which we are providing to the customers. We are providing a saving from the over provisioning, and we are also providing capacity ahead of demand. And this is the minimum capacity. For example, like he asks us some sort of 5 TB. Okay, this is the minimum commit level, because we know that the customer might be using 5 TB at least. Okay, but we have provided them 8 TB with the local buffer. So this is the advantage of a green lake. Okay, we have proven records of 30% of capex saving due to elimination of over provisioning. We have 65% of shortened time of deployment of the global IT projects. 65%. We have 44% of less time spending in keeping the lights on. 40% increase IT team productivity by reducing the support and load on the IT team. That means that we have provided them faster value, simplified IT, cloud economics, and proper control. The basic pain points which we have discussed in the beginning of the presentation. So this is one of the tool which is coming free of cost whenever we are going for the green lake. This is called as the metering tool, which would give you visibility, control, capacity planning, and optimization. How it would give you visibility? It would give you granular access of all the virtual machines or all the physical machines that are been running, and how much resources those machines are been using up. And so all those information would be available in your data center, or in your on your dashboard. So you must be having a greater control that helps to manage the cost and usage via budgets, alerts, and customizable insights. That means that you must be having a greater control of what capacity you want to use, and how you can save some of the cost by using the right resources. And the third point is having a capacity planning. This leads to the third point, which is the capacity planning. That means that you know what is the actual need of that applications to be running up, that workloads to be running up. And I'm not spending any more in the over provisioning, and I might do my capacity planning right, because I have all the relevant data that might help me in doing my capacity planning correctly. And also this leads to me for the fourth point, which is the optimization. And see, when you know that you are in control, you have a complete visibility, you can do your capacity planning. So you can do some sort of optimization in that. That means that deliver insights to optimize the usage and cost. How if you are doing some sort of optimization in terms of workloads, in terms of applications, and also so you can save more money out of it. Moving forward, the HP GreenLake delivers as a cloud-like experience for top workloads anywhere. This is like we are there from now. It's been 10 years into the industry of flex capacity. We are there in the global scale. We have done up to like 3 billion of contracts that have already been signed. We have strategic investments already been done, uh, like CrowdCruiser, CPT, Red Pixie, and all. We have a worldwide presence. strong bench of 25,000 experts worldwide, and HP will become as a service company by 2022. This is the wordings of the CEO Antonio, which I shared with you when I was starting my presentation. So this is the goal. This is the vision of HPE. How they're gonna go forward. They have a very clear vision that moving forward there would be one model which is known as everything as a service or Green Lake. They want to emphasize on this everything as a service model for now. Currently, we are sitting on 2020. We still have uh, already been working on many of the contracts of the Green Lake, and we know that the pace in which HP is going right now, we can easily say that by 2022, Mr. Antonio, which he said that everything would be there as a service offering, and we can see this happening very very rapidly. That HP is now offering its whole infrastructure. Either we talk about the synergy, either we talk about Nimble, everything is there, which is been offered now as a service. Moving forward quickly, this slide have already been taken care of. Uh, we have different sort of workloads, and this is the deep dive into all sort of workloads which we have already discussed. We have 3-par Nimble, Store One's Primera. Wherever like 3-par is required, 3-par is normally used wherever we speak on tier 1 storages in the data center of a mission critical applications. Nimble is used wherever we need some sort of simplicity in the management plus the all flash array. Store Ones is used for the backup. Primera is the new storage which is used for tier 0 applications for again for the mission critical data centers. We have all these resources. We have consumption based billing, active capacity management, and integrated system management. On the compute side, we have HP Synergy and HP DL380 servers. Synergy is the blade systems or the chassis based solutions of for the compute, and ProLand is the normal rack mounted servers, which would give you software defined servers and for diversified workloads. HPE OneView is used to manage those computes in a programmable way. Again, the same consumption based billing and security innovations that would like increase your server life cycle are already there in the portfolio. In the portfolio of virtualization, we have again the hardware is based on Synergy. Simplicity is basically the HCI platform of HPE, or the 3-part storage which we have already discussed. We have VM virtualization softwares, and again all these things are available as a consumption base, and right size configuration is already available. And if we talk about consume high performance computing or HPC, we have Apollo servers, Apollo clusters available as a consumption based billing. HPC infrastructure software is also available, an integrated system which is like on the OneView, like which is the management tool of HPE. It then can be easily integrated and can be easily managed through OneView. So these are the last one, which is the Microsoft Azure Stack, which is the hybrid cloud platform available. Like you already aware of the Microsoft Azure, which is the public cloud. This is the Microsoft Azure Stack, which is available on premises, giving you the picture of a hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud means that which gives you the best of both worlds. That means that you have apps running on the public cloud, as well as the migration towards the private cloud, which is the on premises. And a Microsoft Azure Stack would give you that orchestration, or the resources, or the infrastructure, or the platform to migrate your application from Microsoft Azure to Microsoft Azure Stack on premises. Again, it's the same thing, which is it is available as a consumption based billing. Common development experience is there. Integrated system with the OneView is also there. Moving forward, we have composable infrastructure, which is comprising of HPE Synergy, which is the composable infrastructure of HPE. Again, it's a blade like system which gives us the scale out hyper cloud environments. it is like consumption based IT. Composable infrastructure is there for automation, AI, or like which is the artificial intelligence, multi cloud management. Again, the same thing. It is available. Pay per use and active capacity management is also there. We have database as a service, which is based on the HPE ProLine DL380 servers. Database can be of your choice. It can be Microsoft SQL, it can be Oracle, it can be SAP, depending on the same, which we have consumption based model, a pay per use, consumption based complete solution is available. We have solutions specifically for SAP HANA. We have certified resources of hardware, which is like already been certified, and 50% of the SAP deployment are using HPE now. We have the same cloud economics when it comes to SAP HANA. We have very few backups with the capacity that grows with your business. We have for the backup industry, we have business continuity solutions, which comprising of HPE 3PAR and store ones. We have virtual or physical or cloud, whatever platform which you want to use it, and we have consumption based billing. Again, pay per use model is available. Everything as a service. So these were the workload. This is the conclusion summary before ending up my presentation. This is the conclusion saying that the four proper pain points which we have discussed initially in this presentation, where that was like uh, faster value, simplified IT, cloud economics, and proper control. So we have seen that how HP everything as a service model has capitalized in these pain points, and how they are using uh, their resources, their expertise to address these challenges. And it has been seen that 65% of shorter time to deploy the IT global projects is already been there. 44% less time to keep the lights on. That means that they have 44% availability, or people don't need to worry about the applications up and running, and spending their time more towards business goals rather than troubleshooting. Cloud economics means that we have saved up to 30% of the capex savings due to elimination of over provisioning, which we have already seen in the previous slides. Now we have a proper control by having all those stuff, like we can visualize, and we can have optimization, we can have a greater control, and 40% of the IT team productivity is being reduced by having the optimization done, by having the control already been in place. So this is the most which we can get it from our hybrid cloud. And hybrid cloud means that now we have in an industry which is comprising of applications that are running on the public cloud as well as in the private cloud. So we need to have some sort of balance in between. This is known as the hybrid cloud environment, and where the HP sits in the fits the most, and we can provide that agility of a cloud like experience, and would give you a chance that to save through over provisioning, to and have that hybrid cloud experience like that. So this was the end of my presentation. This was the last slide. If there are any questions, so I'm there to answer.